What's going on, everyone? So the ATF has been making some waves lately, to say the least. Why? And if you've watched a few of my past videos, you'll understand why they aren't focused on the criminals that are committing 99.999% of the gun crimes in this country in major cities like Chicago, LA, Detroit, New York. Every major city, they've got gangsters who don't give a fuck about your gun laws. But they aren't worried about that. They're worried about the good old law-abiding American. And over the past couple weeks, months, however long it's been, they've been going after these things called forced reset triggers. You've heard me talk about them before. And you know, I was looking at them and I was thinking, well, yeah, the rate of fire on those is really quick. But I went out to the range and just saw how quick my finger is. You really can't tell a difference between having one of those triggers in there and having like a good 2-stage or a good 1-stage trigger in your AR. So really for the ATF, all these triggers do is they save a little bit of work for your finger.
Oh my God, I hope he's Catholic.
But the ATF has deemed that these triggers turn guns into machine guns. Now, if you bought one of these, I recommend that you talk to a lawyer. If you didn't buy one, you got nothing to worry about. But before we play this clip, I'm really curious where the ATF is finding the information as far as people that have bought them. And I've kind of been racking my mind, doing a little bit of research, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. Because buying a trigger is kind of like buying ammo. It's not a gun. You can put it into a gun, but is the store really like writing your address down when you buy some ammo? Oh, just in case the ATF calls us. No, they're not. So there's gotta be either someone talking on the inside, whether it's from these companies, or what a lot of people have been saying is that it's from gunbroker.com. And what the ATF may be doing is they may be purchasing or acting like buyers, and then getting all of the seller's information and then forcing them to tell the ATF who else they sold the triggers to. Now that part makes the most sense, and you'll understand why after I play this clip, because at this point, they are currently in the trigger confiscation stage. They are not in the, we have a warrant for your trigger, or we have a warrant to look through your house, or we have a warrant to fuck with you. This individual handles this confrontation from the ATF perfectly, and the ATF tried to intimidate him, almost tried to blackmail him. I mean, it was very close. I don't know, is that blackmail? Is that intimidation? Is that if you don't do what we want right now, we're gonna fuck with you later on? Glad those tax dollars are doing work. So the other thing that the ATF is currently worried about and going door to door about is solvent traps. Now, for those of you who don't know what a solvent trap is, it's something that essentially attaches to the end of your gun in order to catch any cleaning products that are coming out of it while you're cleaning your gun. But a lot of people have started to use them as suppressors. And that's what these ATF agents are at this guy's house to collect. So the ATF shows up at this individual's house.
Hey, sir, how are you? Good.
Hey, Nick, what's going on, man?
How's it going?
Hey, with the ATF.
Okay.
I'm hearing about a solvent trap that you ordered.
Okay.
Do you still have it?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Okay. Well, we're actually here to recover them because they're being used as suppressors.
Do you have a warrant?
I don't have a warrant. If you let me finish, I can talk to you.
So that's where the conversation ends. He's not asking if you have a warrant for you to try to go a different route with this conversation. It's not an opportunity for you to intimidate. It's not an opportunity for you to pull something out of your ass to try to get the homeowner to do what you want. It's simply, no, I do not have a warrant. Can you still give it to me or not? No? Okay, we're on our way. But our simple Fourth Amendment right, for some reason, gets this ATF agent all fired up. Read the fucking Constitution, man. Read it. You ain't above it.
Okay.
Yep.
They're being used as suppressors. Now, we're just here to pick them up. If you don't have it, you can sign that you don't have it anymore.
I'm not going to sign anything.
Okay, don't sign anything. So what will happen is if you're caught with it, we'll prosecute you federally.
Sure.
So there's the first threat. Notice the attitude on this ATF agent. You are stopping by at someone's house in broad fucking daylight to collect something that they paid their hard-earned money for. That at one point was no problem. And y'all had a wild hair up your ass and said, okay, well, These are not good for whatever reason. Let me ask y'all a question. How many suppressors do you think are used in gunfights in downtown Chicago? Or robberies in New York? How many? I haven't seen one ever online caught on video. So what are you trying to stop here? Are you watching too many movies? Do you think these suppressors actually make guns go poof, poof, poof? No, sorry, that's only with subsonic ammo. And at that point, you're better off using a crossbow. Well, not really, but it's close.
It will prosecute you federally for an NFA item, okay? You're obviously going to be on the radar now. I appreciate all the cooperation. We just came to pick it up.
So it's just a lot of manipulation. It's a lot of intimidation. And like I said, to me, that's almost blackmail. You're telling me that because you don't have a warrant signed by a judge to take whatever property that you want from me, I'm now going to be personally put on a radar? What does that mean? You're gonna write me down in your Hello Kitty journal for later use? Are you gonna tell your boss about me and have her pull out her pocket protector and call an IRS agent and y'all just kind of double team the situation the next time that you come over? I mean, what does that mean? For whoever the homeowner is, don't worry about it. Every person who's ever bought a gun legally is on a list. If you're a criminal and you bought it off the street, you're probably not on a list. So good for you. Isn't that weird? God bless America. So this is one thing that I despise about law enforcement, and it's using the badge to promote your agenda. Are all ATF agents like this? Are all cops like this? Are all law enforcement like this? No. But for the ones that are, your partner, the people around you, your supervising officer, they need to kick you in the fucking nuts and tell you to stop. This is ridiculous. You're at this dude's home without a warrant, and you're telling him that he's not being polite? This dude is being very polite for what you're trying to do.
And have it destroyed. But since you're being such a polite person, I mean, we'll leave it at that. We know what you're using it for, correct? I mean, you bought a jig with it for your AR-15?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
We know what you're using it for, correct? Well, do you know what he's using it for? Or are you asking a question on what he's using it for? It could be a paperweight. It could be a shot glass that he's just taking whiskey out of. You're trying to entrap him at this point. You're trying to get him to admit what he's possibly using it for. How does saying, I don't know what you're talking about, admitting anything? What if he legitimately doesn't know what you're talking about? What if he legitimately doesn't want to incriminate himself? Because at this point, you've said that he's on a watch list and that you personally probably have it out for him because you don't get to go back to your boss that day and say, hey, look, we confiscated somebody's dildo today. Or a suppressor, or I'm not sure what it is, but we got it. And then this other ATF agent just starts to get a little ridiculous.
So
This isn't the first time we've done this.
if you want to come back with the warrant, I mean, you can do that.
Okay,
Take your
absolutely.
hand out of your pocket for me, please. I'm sorry? Take your hand out of your pocket for me. You're on my property. I can put my hands where I want them. All right, we're law enforcement. We're talking to you in an official capacity, so
You're
I'd rather
on
you
my
not have your hand in
property.
your pocket. So
Isn't that great? You're law enforcement, so all of a sudden you just are the master of my property. Move that lamp over there. I can't see what your wife's head is doing right now. She's on the couch. Is she watching TV or looking for a gun? I mean, let's move the lamp. Serious? Stop. Stop with this.
we're not trying to be jerks here.
You are though. You're the
We're not.
ATF. I mean,
We're
you're the ATF. Come
We're
on.
idiots?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, what'd
I
you
said
say?
you're the ATF.
Correct.
Your entire job is to take away people's guns.
I don't think you have any idea what our job
I
is.
know
actually.
everything about your job.
Oh,
All it
please
is
tell
to
me.
erode the Second Amendment.
Okay.
Look, dude, stop acting like you're in the CIA. Serious. It's pretty fucking simple what y'all do. Y'all regulate alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. It's on your website. What are you secretly at the White House wiping Joe Biden's ass for him? I mean, maybe that's the part that we don't know about. It's pretty public what y'all do. And it's getting even more public now because people are getting smart and filming and recording every interaction they have with y'all.
Shall not be infringed.
So violent criminals with guns that we take off the street.
So, violent criminals that you take off the street. This is pretty interesting, and I wish this guy would have thought to say this at this moment. Am I a violent criminal? What reports have you gotten that brought you to come to my house today because I'm a violent criminal to take away my shit without a warrant? No, this is what you call fishing. It's literally casting a line in and seeing if someone bites on your bullshit. It's not, oh man, this dude is such a bad person. He's got his hands in his pocket in his house. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? How is this shit going on? Here's a question I have as far as priorities go in the ATF. You go to this guy's house to collect a solvent trap that can possibly be used as a suppressor. Lowers it 20, 30 decibels. Everyone in the fucking world can still hear that. It doesn't sound like a penguin farting. You still know it's a gun. So as far as priorities go, if this dude was some fucking crazy person that wanted to commit a mass shooting, is getting his solvent trap gonna do anything? Like, you collected that and then the next day he went and did a mass shooting. What is stopping him from doing that? He doesn't care if it's with a solvent trap or a sponge on the end of his gun. Your priorities are so far from straight, it's ridiculous.